Show.
Let me get your phone number. You know you so fine, baby. I'm trying to get you in my car.
Primo. Hermano, está llorando todavía. ¿Por qué se pone así?
Hay muchas personas esperando a ver. Already half of the people went out.
A ver, vamos a ver. Oh, sí, no hay.
Man.
Vamos a meterle.
Another day, another win. Good work.
Vamos. Este sí es lo que jugamos, mi gente. El key game.
They're gonna be gunning for UMP. They all want the crown.
Bien, mira la pintica esta. Estoy viendo los zapatos mejores porque están de carajo.
UMP, let's go.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
It's your night tonight.
Vamos a meterle con todo, gente.
Head forward, 6'11", number 34, the Green Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Welcome, everyone. A little extra excitement. Looking now at the lineup for the teams tonight. Some names out of action.
Some tough luck for both teams here early. This is when your determination is tested.
And the starting lineup for Miami. Hero and Jaquez Jr. out on the perimeter. Then it's MP. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Milwaukee, Damian Lillard out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Larry Nance. Then it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Stevens in at the 3 spot. Well, guys, you can't look at this team and not get into the topic of MP. He's been a very vocal and driving force for his squad. And he's made it known that he's got his sights set on winning the NBA Cup this season.
You gotta love how that just ramps up his teammates, the coaching staff, and even us at the broadcast table. But seriously, I'm gonna be looking at how tough each of these group stage games are for MP. He and his guys aren't the only team with their sights set on the NBA Cup this season.
Well, it didn't take long for MP to establish himself as a special player in the NBA, Grant. You wonder just where he'll end up on the all-time list when it's all said and done.
And really, it's all about time for MP. He's shown he has the skills. He passes the eye test with ease. It's a matter of seeing how long he can stretch his prime to be a dominant force year after year.
Let's send it over to Allie for a report on MP.
Hey, BA. Well, no surprise, MP is on a mission to bring home the NBA Cup, telling me I want to be a part of a winning legacy. That's my main goal in any competition I'm in. Victories come first. All the individual stuff comes later. Would you expect anything less from MP, Brian?
Nope, we sure wouldn't. And this guy is all in. And here we are for Game 1 of the NBA Cup. This game will count both towards group play as well as the regular season standings.
Yeah, and it's really important to start off with a win. Only 8 teams advance to the elimination round, so there's not a lot of room for failure in this group stage.
Now here's Lillard. Shoots over Hero. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Talk about a guy who can beat you consistently from all 3 levels. That's Damian Lillard.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Shoots. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Pass to Lillard. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Lillard's got his second bucket of the game. The Heat have gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. MP, the pass to Jaquez. To the left wing. Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by the Bucks. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
They hit a couple big shots, but overall, there was a lack of consistency. Just not their night at the offensive end.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out in the interaction with the media and the fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
Gracias jugada esa,
Crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. Green's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mitchell's checked in for Miami. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Adebayo. Now here's MP. Adebayo, a screen on Lillard from deep. MP. And again, no good by Miami.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Stevens, the pass to Green. Here's Stevens. To the middle. Here's Oladipo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Oladipo's got 5.
Boy, always in attack mode. Oladipo keeps constant pressure on the defense.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He ended up with 37 points, and he was red hot from beyond the arc, raining down a ton of threes. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others. Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Pass to Oladipo. Here's Stevens. And there's a pick. 5 on the clock. Green with the ball. Pulls it from 20. Another miss for him. He's 2 for 6.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, it just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
For 3, here's Lillard. Sinks the tray. He has 7.
You know, with his handles, he excels at tricking up the defense and getting the good looks he wants.
Here's Mitchell. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. They're up by 8. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. If you're just joining us,
Ayo.
Making some changes. Nance comes in for Smith, and Victor Oladipo is subbed in for Doughton. Bucks trail by 10. Setting the floor for Miami. They've got MP. He's out there with Tyler Hero, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
So he gets them both. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Lets it go from 14. The rebound by Ware.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Now here's MP, coming off a 37-point game against New Orleans. On the wing, MP from outside the long range.
With the way he can fill it up at this age, it's scary to think how good MP might be in a few years.
Jones, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And another miss by Milwaukee. Miami leading by 11. MP left side. The kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Sanchez. MP right through him.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Outside, Green. Now Jones. Takes the three. Highsmith grabs the board.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
MP against Jones.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, the strength of Giannis.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Hero against Oladipo. Hero with the bucket. Hero's got his second bucket on the night.
You got to do more than that to stop Hero. He's superb at staying under control.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard, who said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put two guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. B.A.?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks. Stevens is checked in for Milwaukee. Lillard comes in for Jones. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell with the slam.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. A little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Lillard. 20 points for him last game against Chicago. Lillard converting inside.
Hey, Lillard's not the biggest guy on the floor, but I tell you what, he plays with great passion and can do work inside.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's MP. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots, and they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Adebayo, a screen on Lillard. Shot from the top of the key.
Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's MP making things happen for Miami. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Cuarto sueño.
Thanks for tuning in. I couldn't tell the difference between that second unit and the first. That's how top to bottom together they've been, man.
Yeah.
Let's look now and see how. And that's a wrap up.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Victor Oladipo is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Larry Nance. And it's Stevens in at small forward. That's Doc Rivers 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Oladipo. Nance outside. Out to the right wing. Antetokounmpo finds Oladipo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. That one goes in. Oladipo's got 11 points.
Boy, this is the kind of player Victor Oladipo is. Confident, under control, ready to fire on the catch.
The shot's good. And the Heat lead by 20.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. The free throw drops for Oladipo.
Well, you know, from role player to star, Oladipo's transformation has been remarkable. I mean, he's a guy who is really hungry to be an all-time great.
Miami leading by 18. To the inside. Nance pulls down the board. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Nance. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Misses from short range. Lillard against MP. Down low. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, nice pass by MP. You know, he knows how to run an offense.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He has 6. Oladipo outside. Pass to Stevens. For 3, here's Lillard. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 8 rebounds in the game.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
You know, it's pretty clear. MP is a special, talented player with tremendous upside.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he drops it first. Milwaukee making a switch here. Green is checked in. And Miami also making a switch. Wiggins is checked in. For Milwaukee, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Here's Lillard. The 15-footer is good. Lillard's got 11 points.
Folks, his name is Damian Lillard, and he's one of the best pull-up shooters in the league.
To the paint. Where? And he jams it home with authority.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
And Milwaukee has possession. Miami making their last shot. He drops it from range. He's got 14.
He drilled 1 from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Well, Grant, there are a few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
6 to shoot. They get it back. Kicks it to Hero. MP outside. The Heat needing one up in a hurry.
Tírala ahí de 3. No, se giró. Ese
And
giro.
what poise from Hero. Still working at his pace against the clock.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Milwaukee making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Nance. And it's Connaughton in for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow.
Highsmith, he's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for Hero. Now here's Lillard. He's got 14. And the jumper is good at the free throw line.
Dame is money from the mid-range. He's done this so many times during his career.
Inside, here's Sanchez. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. MP's got 8 points here in the quarter.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's MP. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. From deep, Mitchell. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Lillard against MP. And that'll be Milwaukee's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Claro. Vamos a meterle, mi gente.
Porque ellos van a otros países y son older than.
And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. From deep three-point range. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Setting the floor for Miami.
Andrew
Wiggins is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's Mitchell. Then it's MP. And it's
LeVert
in at the small forward position. Now here's MP. Anderson with a screen on Oladipo. MP no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
13 feet out. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Antetokounmpo has got 6 here in the quarter.
And Antetokounmpo, his jump shot continues to look better and better. When he's pulling up like that, the defense is cooked.
Unloads from 13. Miami, no good that time either.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Anderson pulls it down. The Heat have gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. MP outside. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
You know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
The combination of size and elite athleticism on full display from Giannis there.
Sanchez can't hit. The Bucks have gone 6 for 9 here in the fourth quarter. And he lobs it up.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
On the wing, MP. Defended by Jones. That one goes in. MP's got 10 points in just the second half.
That's why you set screens for MP. He knows how to use them and knock shots down off of them.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Again, the Bucks good for 2.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Here's Anderson. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 7 assists in the game. For Milwaukee, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the fourth. Connaughton with a screen on Mitchell. Back to Antetokounmpo. There's a screen. Over Anderson. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Heat.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing that often.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for MP.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Here's MP. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. Count the basket.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this.
Brequecito, mi gente.
O sea que el pompifofo lo viene a mí. Ya. Los dos son pompifofos. Los tres. Los tres. Es que se pone y se apaga, mira.
Ya, mira.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is here. Go get it.
Now here's Connaughton. Pass to Green. For 3, Oladipo. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And that's going to send MP to the free throw line. That's on Trey Jones.
MP, 1 shot.
"17 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Antetokounmpo surveys. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games.
Great win tonight, MP.
job, MP. I see you. They're a good team.
Viste que se camuflajea.
So we're going to win.
Se camufla su culo.
You're my favorite player, man. Always deliver.
Qué rico esta naricita, mami. Mira.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final prepper. Welcome everyone to it. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Brooklyn, they just haven't had the type of record they've wanted.
And when you look at Miami, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you've got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
So the next starting five. Cameron Johnson is out there with Whitehead. Then it's Thomas. Then there's Carter. And it's Tate in at the center position. And for the Heat, you've got MP. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Richard. And it's Ware in at the pivot, manning the middle. Now for MP, winning the NBA Cup has been a point of emphasis for him. And tonight's game is huge to reach that goal.
It is, and I'll say this, every game in the Cup is a big one. Remember, just 4 teams in each conference advance, so you cannot afford multiple losses. MP will need to be on his A game every game to win it all.
And now let's take it over to the sidelines for a bit on MP. DA.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, MP certainly has his heart set on winning this NBA Cup. I asked him why it was so important to him, and he said it'll show just how strong this team is, that we're competitors, and that we're must-watch basketball this season. He certainly sounds committed to this tournament. Guys,
we all love the NBA Cup, don't we? And I bet his coach loves hearing his player MP say that as much as we do. Thank you, David. Greg, is a player, how long does the excitement of a new season last?
I'd say it starts to wear off right about now. You got to start bringing your own motivation to every game. And you need to provide your own energy.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Carter. And Ware pulls it down. Miami's on 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Sanchez has got 7 points in the game. The Nets still looking like they're getting going. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Tate. Back to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Here's Thomas from out on the wing. He knocks it down. Thomas got his second basket of the game.
Taking a nice focus shot. Thomas wants to make his looks count.
Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
Now, here's Thomas. Following the miss by MP. Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way.
Timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision that he wants to huddle up with his guys. And we're now around the midway point through the group stage games. So let's check out the NBA Cup standings.
Well, as you know, teams are randomly drawn to their groups based off their record from the previous season. And as you can tell, some of these groups are easier to navigate than others.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Nets trail by 8. Paxton sets the screen for Johnson. And Ware pulls it down. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
A 3 from MP. Brooklyn with the rebound. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.